The Art of War. So what happened, Dad? In Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, General Zaragoza was the general for the Mexican army, and the French general, I forget his name, but they were outnumbered like 30,000 to 10,000. It was like 2 to 1 or 3 to 1. The French wanted to fight head on. The Mexican army said, "Chale con ese pedo." It would outflank them and attack like guerrilla warfare, hiding behind trees and making tunnels and stuff. And the French got frustrated.
So that's how like the Art of War right here.
Yeah. He probably read the book.
Who the general? Who?
Mexican general.
Arrigosa?
Zaragoza.
Zaragoza.
Downplays the value of direct attack. It puts the emphasis on
From
maneuver,
Mexico, where are they from?
deception.
Huh?
The Mexican army, the majority of them were from Oaxaca.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were fierce fighters.
Mm.
Chiquitos pero picosos.
Chiquitos pero picosos, huh?
Yeah.
'Cause especially if they got a knife, they come under your ribs, huh?
Yeah.
All warfare should be based upon the intellect. In fact, the greatest battles of all time have been won by the brain and not by brute force.
That doesn't stop Nanhua from trying. He eventually launches 100,000 soldiers to try to crush the guerrilla attacks.
And this reminds me of the difference between chess and the Chinese game of Go. Chess is very much attrition-based. You start the board with many, many pieces. Over the game, they're eliminated, and at the end, you've only got a few pieces left standing.
The object of chess is to force your opponent to surrender by eliminating his pieces. Each piece has its own rank and can only move in a specific way. The goal of chess is to kill the king.
In contrast to that, the Chinese game of Go starts with the board empty, and you use as few pieces as possible to acquire as much territory as you can. And in that sense, it's a very resource-efficient strategy.
The object of Go is not the destruction of the opponent's force, but the conquest of space. The goal of Go is to capture the most territory with the least number of stones. Using a Go-like strategy, Sun Tzu decides where and when he fights. He avoids the strongest part of Nanhua's army and attacks where it is weakest. Sun Tzu's guerrilla tactics against the Chu forces echo throughout history. But it's during an infamous war more than 2,000 years later that they resonate most loudly, and where Sun Tzu's ultimate secret becomes most evident.
Vietnam. Oh shit.
It's the mid-1960s, and the world's greatest superpower battles North Vietnamese communists in a country smaller than the state of Montana.